What should you do when nobody on your team locks smokes? Well, that's easy. You lose. And that's exactly what happened to Global Esports. This Tier 1 team locked in a single Viper controller comp, not on Icebox, not on Breeze, but on Bind. And they did it twice! Just why? What could possess a team to run such a flawed and stupid team comp? I mean, maybe it's not as bad as it seems? Who am I kidding? In this video, you're going to learn the hard way as to why traditional smokes are so important, while at the same time, watch this team get massacred.
Wait, what? Why isn't anyone playing smokes? I hate playing with insta-lock throwers.
Well, Jimmy, let me show you a little secret. You can detect trolls immediately in your games, even if they're hiding their name. You just need a special tool. What's that, Teets? Blitz.gg. With the free Blitz app, you'll know right away if you're getting trolls as soon as you hop into Agent Select. These bells and whistles can save your elo. You'll also learn about your team's and your opponent's weaknesses right away. You then play to these and win more RR. The Blitz also tracks your best maps, weapons, and agents in just a few clicks. There's also an in-game dynamic stats overlay that gives you real-time statistics telling you what you need to work on. And once the game's over, there's a post-game insight showcasing every area of your performance. They also support League, TFT, Apex, Fortnite, CS2, Palworld, and even Escape from Tarkov. So, Blitz costs you nothing, helps you improve, and supports these expensive videos. So guys, if you've ever wanted to support this channel, now's your chance. Link in the description. Hey, Global Esports.
Yeah, Teets?
What the f are you doing?
What do you mean?
Just look at your comp. All you have for smokes is Viper. She should never be your only controller. On 90% of the maps in Valorant, having this be your only form of vision denial is incredibly troll. Let me show you why. The Global's pistol strat involves this awkward thing that I guess isolates Long from this half of sight. I mean, maybe it can work if Viper smokes off elbow with their orb, but in their 4-1, that's where they're headed. And Zeta Division already have a 3-stack on B, ready to contest this hit.
Teets, how do they have a stack here? How do they know Global Esports are going B? Oh, yeah.
Zeta opened the round with a long smoke, Brim and Sky both holding it, expecting the long hit with this wall. But Global move up into the smoke, ready to flash out, I hope.
Seems like Global Esports do want to play that contact.
Oh, there it is. Headshot contacting into Russ's head. I'm finding that first blood.
Let me get this straight. We sacrificed Brimstone for extra utility, and we decide to walk through the smoke. We don't burn a flash or a rechargeable knife at least. I mean, it's already obvious you want to go B. Regardless, the offense are chipped down low, and Blaze King grabs an orb. Now, after doing so much damage, Zeta understand that their next win condition is to just play a crossfire. Without the ability to cut off either side from each other, Global Esports are forced to run into a Blender, or back into Viper, and a Cypher. But before advancing forward, Benkai checks his cam to make sure no one's pushed out.
The coast is clear!
So Global decide to cut noise and wait for their fuel to recharge. Doing so might make it seem like they've left, and drag over Predictive Rotate. But Sky releases a Trailblazer from elbow. It only spots Gecko, but, I mean, come on, it's B. But it's too late to back out now. The rotation time is too long to go from long to A, and they don't have fast-acting smokes to take the teleporter. So, the offense decide to walk their way in and hope for the best.
That's why we don't have that any movement here from Yuran and Laz as well. Yeah. Wary about it.
There it is.
Inching forward. A little bit of damage here onto Tap, who tries to get the second kill. Can't make it happen, but still put them a little bit of additional damage. Yuran clearing out that wingman. Now they have to swing into him, but he can't.
Honestly, not bad for not having smokes. I just don't know how the Frenzy missed all these shots. But regardless, a molly isn't a smoke, so wingman gets popped, and another attacker almost went down. Now, in response to losing sight, Uran has teleported, and Laz has rotated over from A. With this wall, and the way they padded into sight, it's more likely that the offense are playing on this side. So Yurna moves into long, instead, to play with his teammates, grouping up into elbow. But, on his way over, Laz blasts Blaze King through the wall. I mean, while you're waiting for your teammates to retake, why not shoot away some of your ammo? You're not going to use it all anyways. But as soon as Uran gets in a garden and these two group, the retake begins.
This could actually still work for GE.
Very well might. Oh no, he checks behind. As they get themselves down here onto the side, Benkai able to set up the kill. Lightning Fast collecting it with 5 HP. Can he actually close this one out? The answer is going to be no. Zeta Division will once again win the pistol to to start things off.
Honestly, that didn't look too bad. Cypher got mad timing because he had no idea where Viper was, but it came down to his second duel. And he still had their Viper wall. If they wanted, he could have used it to reposition since no one was sticking the spike. Is having Viper as your only controller really that bad? Yes, it's horrible. But GE are making a solid effort to cover up their weaknesses. They decided to force on round 2 after getting the spike planted and getting a bunch of kills on pistol. Their plan was to use the same wall as last round to create a question mark in hookah, which they did, forcing Euron to jump out. But once that question mark was made, convincing the defense even further that they were going B with their only smokes, like last round, GE met up with their space-holding Cypher on A and used this big-ass one-way smoke to take site. It blocks Heaven, one-ways a truck swing, and it decays diffusers in the post plant. It's not bad. But without any smokes to wrap shower or force any close-range engagements, Zeta had a pretty easy retake.
Plan coming through as Polvi does get the spike on the ground, but now the spot comes in. Benkai revealed, taken out at range. Good on starting things off.
Russ.
Finding one. Gets the killer on the Yuran now. Lightning pass as well. Going to be getting rid of Sugar Zero. Up on top of the box, however, is Depp. Trucker should say. Lightning pass falls, and Depp will be good for 2.
Then on their eco, Global laid out a new Viper wall that allows the offense to leak out of short, shower, and make the defense feel uncomfortable. But they just have to back off and play in spawn. Without smokes, Global Esports can't really take extra space, which is exactly what Sugar Zero and Laz did. So as long as the defense play in strong passive crossfires and abuse angles like Heaven, backside, and elbow, this game should be a piece of cake. Now that brings us to Global's first full buy, where GE show us another new Viper wall that allows the offense to isolate hookah and elbow, drop it, and then take sight. At least I think. We won't know because the defense are ditching the crossfires and are running it down long.
As they were like a lot on the wingman plants, but Zeta's just too aware of it.
Oh, what a flash out. Polvi. Flush up against the wall here. Depp going to be able to find one. And looks like Lightning Pass as well, just equalizing. Finds himself 2.
Oh no.
Yuran, however, sat here. Judge in hand. They're spraying away. Takes him very low. And Yuran will be able to get follow-up. Lightning Fast falls. Blaze take here in hookah. Looking for a target, but cannot find any.
So, why did Zeta just stampede down long? Well, think about it. In the first 3 rounds, Zeta have been nothing but passive, allowing the offense to come to them. This is the counter to this no smokes comp, and Global are aware of this. But now that the defense have weaker weapons, this would be the perfect time to abuse this conditioned pace and a long smoke to catch the offense with their pants down. Now in response to losing all of long, the rest of GE tried to gun it through hookah and pinch them, but Lightning stopped them by taking the teleporter and using GE's pockets that their wall makes against them. This dumpster fire comp is getting out of hand. Global Esports take a timeout to contemplate their life choices. I knew we should have played smokes. Why didn't we?
I don't know how to play smokes. I only play duelists.
Smokes are boring. They put me to sleep.
Smokes are for liberals, and I ain't no sissy. Actually, my Viper lineups are insane. We can win this. Just play for my lineups.
Ah, that's why. Coming out of the timeout, both teams have adjusted their setups. Instead of clumping up, the offense are spreading out across the map and plan on applying pressure and holding elsewhere, and not just long. But by doing this, the offense can get tagged by skybirds, a spy cam, or catch aggressive peeks. All of this can be used to manipulate rotates or make sure the offense hit the weaker site. Usually 2 players on bind. Now Zeta understand that GE have just come out of a timeout and are mad focused on patching the holes on their sinking ship. So by getting aggressive again, the offense won't ever expect it. The round starts with Viper laying out the same wall we've seen before, but with Raze and Gecko double swinging long, Cypher probing showers with his cam, and these 2 holding short and hookah pushes. But the defense are quiet. For now. During the buy phase, Cypher's laid out a trip for long, and now shower. But his spy cam is staring down the barrel of short, and for the first 20 seconds, it hasn't spotted a thing. So this cam has given the green light to Depp, Sugar Zero, and himself to walk down short and go make a play.
Where you are, and also assist your teammates on the side itself with it.
Oh, look at this triple push out here, short.
Oh, like
Do
fast.
they realize? Oh, yes, they do. And Depp is lobbing in that showstopper behind.
Well, now GE really have no smokes. And because of this sudden loss of space, Sky is expecting a fast reaction from the offense and stalls them with their Seekers. But Cypher bursts through the shower trap and calls to his teammates. Teleport! 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 Let's wrap these bozos on short. Sight should be free! Raze and Gecko meet up with their Cypher, and now this round turns into a race. If Zeta get back up short first, GE won't have the breathing room to plant, since they don't have smokes. Global Esports got stuffed in shower, and Polvi tried to make a play, but couldn't capitalize with these cages. A fast reaction like this could have worked. That's what Bind is about. It's an execute-heavy map based on speed and quick decision-making, which is why Brimstone is so dominant. His smokes fall fast, and you can pinpoint exactly where you want them. You don't have to fling them like frisbees. And if you're GE, what do you do now? I mean, judging by the map control they have, they're essentially starting from square one. Their decision is to slowly group up behind Zeta's short smoke, but once they all get spotted on Laz's cam, it's all but over.
To look to play for this one, and all three players going to be observed.
20 seconds, too.
Catch coming through off the 0 point. Wingman going for the plan. Death wanting to push and try to interrupt that one. Turns away from the flash. They interrupt it indeed. Blaze King now stuck behind the box. Look, he...
On to the next pull by, Zeta just played ping pong with each other in this bait setup that GE just didn't expect.
Additional information. Depp has been set here for a while. That guiding light. Telling him quite a bit. There's the first kill. Nada's already. Hero covering fire. Guys, 9-0 now.
Then they got hunted all the way back in their spawn while they tried to save.
Back at spawn.
Depp on the hunt. Tenkai observed. And
Ouch.
dead. Hero again. I mean, this guy is just laser focused today.
Blaze King.
10 kills and... Oh.
Now, with so many ultimates online, Global Force feeling like they can finally get on the board. And Raze's plan is to use her rocket launcher. She's going to close the distance on the defense, so a Judge is a fantastic weapon here. Their plan is to split A in a 3-2, but there's already 3 defenders here, and Laz has his trip set up to swat Raze out of the air. Also, Viper hasn't placed her wall down? Is she going to use it? I mean, there's no good way to smoke A from here. Showers? Maybe? Troll comp aside, the round starts really slow, with Benkai pinning his cam on the wall, spotting Shower, him and Gecko double swinging, and Zeta are just waiting. With no smokes to break up their crossfires, there's no point. But when the offense finally takes showers, the short players start to move.
Oh, there it is. Pull B.
No stopper.
Oh, no.
And yep, gets pulled, gets stunned.
No one kills him, though.
Well, no one can because he's got a showstopper, so they still have to respect this one.
Okay, well, the offense had taken the site, and if you look closely, Cypher just went into the defense's smoke and used his cages to block off back of sight. But despite getting caught in this anti-satchel wire, Polvi's and Lightning's showstopper and Pit have cleared out and locked down sight. Now, dealing with this big fart cloud is hard, but not impossible. Zeta's plan is to surround it and attack Viper from all sides. I mean, she can't shoot everyone at once. Their plan starts with a Sugar Zero orbital striking lamps, allowing Sky to come from that way, Race from above, and these two from the right.
Little damage coming through. The decay as well. Going to start working them lower and lower here. Polvi finding one. Gets himself on the board, taking down Sugar Zero, but Yonan finding that shower's controls. Polvi will find a second. Lightning fast. Holding. Catching. Estimate the positioning of Laz. Finds the kill, and now Depp on his lonesome wants to try to deal additional damage if he can, but, well, he will be able to. He's also going to run out of time to try to take as many people away as he possibly can, but Polvi with the TP gets himself...
Wow, that's all it took for Global Esports to win a round. Smokes! But now, they don't have that luxury anymore. What they do have is a change in tempo that's going to catch the defense with their pants down. Every round so far, wherever the attackers have laid out their toxic screen, that's where they've at least started. So, since it's on B, that's where Zeta had their 3-stack. But this conditioning has the defense fooled.
Behind it to assist. There's a good chance Global Esports can find the fight here.
Oh, the turn of the flash. Polvi, what an entry. Finding one, Laz trying to take him down. Took him low, but can't get the kill quite just yet. 0 point goes forward. Laz spotted, made flying. The reveal is in. Laz gets hounded down. Lightning fast.
Now, Zeta could just be confident with this scoreline, but these two forgot that against this comp, you don't need to fight heavily for map control. Just play back and pepper spray them on their way in. This is why I chose this game over their previous matchup. Their last game was close, as Zeta continually fought up, bringing fights to the smokeless clowns. Now, this game has been a different story, but Zeta cannot afford to slip into this old habit. But at this point, the defense don't care about defusing anymore. Zeta realize that odds are they won't be able to, so they're out for blood. If you compare both teams' economies, Zeta is way better off. So their goal is to keep Global's money low so that they hopefully have to save in future rounds. Meaning every kill from here on out determines whether or not Global can come back.
Fragment, however, does go out off the tap. Spots one, gets two. Can he get more? No. Russ will put an end to it. That is going to send Depp and Yoran packing back over to...
Okay, the op is pretty expensive, so these two decide to save. The only bright side about last round for Zeta is that they kept the op hidden from the offense. And if there's one thing that this 4,700 credit hates, is smokes, which Global doesn't have. Now, the only round wins that Global have were on A, so the defense have adjusted their setup and have inserted the op into the one spot that's normally blocked off with normal comps: lamps. Even after Viper's nerf, she is fantastic at making short a consistent headache for the defense to worry about. When comboing her wall and orb, she can constantly flip her smokes up and down, up and down, up and down, generating question marks for the defense that someone could have snuck in. Now, there's ways to counter this that I break down in this video here, but that's what makes Viper so potent on this map, and others. Brimstone breaks sightlines, and Viper applies the pressure with her lurks. But GE don't have Brimstone. So without these smokes, how are the offense pushing an op back? The round begins with Russ launching his knife for shower, and right as Brim starts backing out, Viper says, "Yo, there's a knife coming. You should get hit by that so they think you're in showers." Ooh, good idea. But as Brim gets tagged, so does Raze. No smokes, no entry, no subscribers. How on earth are Global getting on site? Depp repositions into heaven and can pivot to watch either short or showers depending on this truck smoke. Now Lightning has no mana left for her orb and spend the next 40 seconds waiting for it to recharge, and Russ's knife.
They're going to be going for the contact here, but he does see the blades come in.
Yeah, they wait out. A couple cooldowns. 0 point comes back up. Yoran just going to be sat here within lamps. They fight in hand. Realize that there's two people there, and as well as one behind them. Well, now they certainly do. Sugar's here, however, going to be able to find Blaze King. The pop comes in. Russ sending out that null command. Just trying to stop them from having any additional util to send their way. 2-man advantage, however, here for the side of Zeta. See if they're going to be able to try to overwhelm these numbers.
Ooh, Ben-K went around.
Neural Theft coming in. That's a showstopper right at Ben-Kai's feet. They know exactly where Russ is at. He'll be flushed out. Zeta Division racking up another round, not allowing for...
Now, Gecko's play looked a bit silly, but I respect it. Your team is down a member, and you have no smokes. Someone's got to go big. And KO did try to flash him through, but it was mistimed. Then after that, it was just a matter of waiting. Cypher's cages don't last that long, and Viper doesn't have enough elixir to keep her orbs up forever. But now that a wild op is on the loose, things are looking grim for Global Esports. The op is changing positions again, and is back on B. Now for the rest of their setup, I think Cypher has his cam on A to take first contact, so Viper can in response rip her pit and deny the truck plant. And maybe by spreading out his utility, it could serve as a misdirection to the offense. But it doesn't matter. Global is hot out of the gate behind a knife lineup, tagging both long players, including the op. After failing to dodge the suppress, Depp knows it's his time to step up.
Thought he was fine, but oh! He juked it! He sent it into the teleporter! What moment is that?
He's got an aid.
Fragment in hand. Depp now has the TP out.
And now, most Tier 1 teams have protocols in place when the enemy team is opping, usually revolving around smokes. Like on long, sometimes teams will smoke like this to disorient the op's crosshair, close the distance, and then burst. But Global Esports don't have smokes or a brain. They thought that Thrash was good enough to chase away the op, but the issue is that duelists will tuck when they hear a drone coming and peek at the last second before getting out. This sudden play caught Thrash by surprise, sending her into a frenzy, and then into the teleporter. And because nothing is stopping Polvy from peeking, his Sky dogged on long, allowing Depp to re-peek and get another. Do you see what happens when you don't have smokes? Now, you wouldn't believe it, but this somehow gets worse. Because the offense don't have anything left and need to find an equalizer, Russ contacts up, dies. Lightning gets the trade, but Laz can see over the top of their wall. Yeah, pretty embarrassing. And it somehow gets worse. Global Esports take another timeout to try and hopefully get these last two. Guys, they're opping. We need to—
Yeah, you smokes. We don't have any, genius.
Yes, you smokes, but we—
You picked this comp for us.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just listen. Use your toxic—
Are we gonna be in a Teets video?
Use your damn Viper wall. Global Esports are confident that they can close out the half 8-4 and are forcing up. Because the op could be around any corner, the offense are glued to their wall and they're 1-4. But this default toxic screen they've been doing isn't the greatest at denying vision. It's really just for long, I think. And Adept thinks this too. He's playing in front of this wall with Euron as his guardian angel. He's playing top 2 with this poison orb wall ready to provide cover for his op to get out. So, Global's fucked.
Now that he's played up right behind Euron.
Okay, well, he's going to make a swift exit from this position. Here's them coming in behind.
Where are you going? I guess Depp didn't feel confident that he was getting out of there without his satchels, like he did when he peeked long. But Euron had his back for a few more seconds before they had to worry about long. You gotta trust your teammates more than that. But I get it, I guess. After the op got tagged, Global used a flash and their paint shells to make sure he was pushed back. Sky starts to rotate over because of this aggressiveness, and Cypher hasn't seen anyone jump spot long this entire round. So, the offense are confident that they've dragged over the extra rotate and head back to go hit A. But they gotta be quick. Sky's Trailblazer has cleared both question marks made in long and hookah. I mean, if no one's long, odds are they aren't all sending it through hookah. So Global needs to go before Raze gets here.
Out-rotate Depp, but he's already here, ready.
Up on top of the truck. Hearing that blast pack, they should have a good idea of it. That's going to be the Dizzy trying to lead the way. The reveal tag onto one, and Blaze King able to outduel Laz there. Finds the headshot, opening things up, as well as the sight here for Global. Man now moving forward. Depp will find one, takes down Russ before getting dropped by Polvy.
Zeta let the voices win again. They don't need to peek into the offense. I get it, Cypher. You caught one in your trapwire, but you can't get baited by the pretty lights. Especially when you have your Seekers online. And Adept tried to even the count, but as good as he is with the satchels, they aren't dismisses. Now Sugar Zero steps up into hookah, but he falls. Now it's these two versus these three, and some cringe Molly lineups.
Mosh pit at the ready, Seeker still going. Yudan now, last one standing here for the team. Tap on the spike, has to dip back out, however. Finds one, looks for the other, puts some damage down on the lightning pass, swaps weapons. A little bit of spray. Trying to soften him up, swings back out, and oh man, lightning fast just playing around with time.
He knows.
Dink through the box, 4 bullets remaining, Yudan gets it. He doesn't have the time remaining. Goes to the TP, 4K for him, but a third round for GE.
In the beginning of this game, we saw GE use this wall to execute through long and late lurk hookah. Now, they've defaulted into hookah a couple times, but here, there's 5 lions ready to execute this way instead. Which is troll. Executing through hookah is rough, because to do so, you have to jump out, and making you vulnerable for a few seconds, and you can't shoot back.
Duh, so let's send 5 people this way.
Yeah, smart. Russ opens up this round by lining up a knife for hookah and a spy cam to spot early peekers. But what is this setup?
0 point, however, about to land on their heads, and there it is. Shut down. Can't pull out that snake bite fast enough. 0 point.
Remember the no fighting thing I said before? You know, because they don't have smokes? Then why are we fighting in hookah? In front of Cypher's anti-race satchel trapwire? Against a no-controller comp like this, you have to let the offense come to you. Play in strong angles and crossfires that smokes would usually cancel out. But by playing up in positions like this, you're giving the attackers way more favorable fights than they would on site. This is why they almost lost the first game. But the round's not over yet.
And in a very strong position. Oh, Benkai!
Okay, yeah, now it's over. Global Esports eventually lost and never ran this comp again. Now this comp was almost as troll as this awful Viper Wall Furia kept throwing for some reason on Breeze. It lost them this game.